So I'm trusting you all had an awesome Christmas and New Year's time. I'm sure that you did. That's what it's all about the spirit of all things wonderful and wonderment in your life. Well, we're back here for 2021. I'm going to get used to that 2021. You know how it is at the beginning of the year. But let's get started on today. We are talking about that road to fitness. What is it? Where? How? What? And I want to help you on that road by introducing you to our BK9 Road to Fitness quiz for powerful performances. But what are we talking about here? Why have I done this? Let's get cracking. But before we start, just some housekeeping. I am Angela Ahern. I am a certified canine athlete specialist. I love my job. I love my dogs. That's why I'm here. You can see me at the Biokinetic Canine. I'm the owner and founder, and we do some wonderful things with people and their dogs. So, Rihani, hello. How are you? Thanks for popping along. If you see me on any of your other posts besides at the Biokinetic Canine page on Facebook, and you want to comment on anything, please pop over to our page and comment there so that I've got your comments. And this way I can answer you and answer any questions you may have. I may miss them if they are on any other page. So give us a thumbs up if you like us, and share us with your friends if you like us, or if you think they would benefit from us. But let's get cracking. What's going on? When it comes to fitness and conditioning, I have seen quite a few people, they get really stuck in a rut. And it's similar like when you go to gym and everything's all exciting for the first few weeks. And then you think like, oh, what else can I do? I know what I can do, say, for example, biceps, but what else? Oh, and you get stuck in this rut. What must you do next? What can you do next? How can you progress? These are really actually big questions. Huge questions, especially when it comes to your dog and when it comes to improving your dog's performance. So how should you progress? What are the things that you must look for before you just make the exercise more difficult? I saw on another site that a question was like, oh, what do you do for strength training? And they said, we just throw the ball 15 to 20 times until my arm falls off. My dog gets really fit, and there you go. Right. We don't know if he does any warm-ups or anything like that, but many people don't really know what to do, how to put that information in a nice, neat box with a bow, and it's especially for their dog. So by default, what do you know? What do you know for your dog? You just get stuck. This is just another if you're stuck in a rut, it's just another repetitive exercise that you're doing. And we know that if you do anything through repetition, that's where you can get injuries, especially if that repetitive exercise isn't technically correct. So those are the dangers. If you're stuck in this rut and you're doing the same thing all the time, it's exactly the same as training your sport. Your sport is a repetitive exercise. And if you're doing a fitness exercise that is just another repetitive exercise, because fitness requires repetition, but structured repetition, technically correct repetition, so that your sport training benefits. So this is the one question you must ask yourself. And I know that there are people out there like this. They're just stuck. They don't know what to do next. They don't know how to make the exercise better, or even if they should make it better, or how to make it a little bit more difficult, or their dog can do something really well, but now what must they do? This is where they are getting stuck. So on your road to fitness, where are you? Do you know? You may know exactly some fitness exercises, but do you know how to progress? Are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling, what must I do? That's a question you should ask. And if you are asking what you must do and I'm stuck, then people say, okay, sure, but how do I start? Forget how do you start? Where do you even start? It's a big question. And then where do you start? Because let me go and look for something on Google fitness and conditioning for dogs. Google, and then you get loads of information. But where do you start for your dog? Your dog is not that dog on the screen. That dog doing the demo is a dog that's been worked and has been addressed by a professional the majority of the time. If that person that's doing the demo is not a professional, is not certified, take it with a pinch of salt. Be very careful, because just by moving a dog around is not the ideal progress for your dog. You can cause so many difficulties for your dog. So be wary of what you're watching. So then where do you start? And if you watch those videos of those awesome dogs that are doing something wow amazing, you see them sometimes are using equipment. It's like, oh, where do you get that equipment? And especially here in South Africa. So you see, I will say it, you see all these dogs, they're all in America or in Europe, and they've got everything at hand. And in South Africa, we can get some of that equipment if we're lucky enough to find somebody that actually sells it. And it normally costs not an arm and a leg, but all your limbs. They are so expensive. So what do? How can we improvise for our dogs? And then when you know that you can improvise, how do you improvise? What equipment do you do? Why are they using those pieces of equipment? What muscles are they trying to exercise? These are like huge questions, huge. So what do you do? How do you start? And so what happens? Many people go, well, oh, wow, that's great for you. I'll just stay here. And then you don't do anything. Or worse, you do something that is sort of similar to what you saw, but is it right for your dog? Is it right for your sport? And the equipment, oh my word, I will say it. The equipment is really expensive. It's expensive for me. I can understand why it is expensive. You can get that it's designed for a dog, so it's more durable, etc., and it doesn't just break that quickly. So it is durable. But some people go, well, no, that's too expensive, and so I can't do fitness and conditioning for my dog. No. Do you know how much I'm already spending on my dog just to do his sport, Angela? Do you know how much all these trial entries costs? Even if you're just doing conformation ring, to drive around and show your dog. There's loads of comedy memes on Facebook with regards to dog training and the expense of owning a dog for trialing, etc. So now you want to still add equipment to that. It's just too expensive. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to change it. And so I'm stuck here. And they don't know what they can do with what they have in their own house to start. Small secret. It's an aside. If you are going to start your dog in any fitness or conditioning program, you don't need equipment. If you have something, you may need a plank. That's it. But how do you use it to get those exponential results? Ooh, it's awesome to see what dogs can do just with the plank. Costs you nothing, or maybe it's lying in your house or in the garage. But we can show you how to use it for the best of your dog and for the particular sport and your dog's build. But then you see all of these videos, and they're on Google and Facebook and Instagram, and it's like, oh my goodness, wow. And the dogs are doing all these different things. There's such a variety of things to do for your dog. But it's the same as having this huge full-blown menu. That variety, it's a killer of direction. Which way should you go? Which path do you follow? Which exercise should you do? Is that a difficult exercise for a dog? Or do I start on that? There is so much variety in the various exercises that are out there. And all of these exercises, sometimes you see exercises and you think like, really? Where are you going to with that exercise? Even I'll ask, oh my word, what are you trying to work? What muscles are you trying to work in your dog? Is that exercise for the benefit of your sport? Or is it, oh no, it must be for trick training? Because many sports don't require certain exercises. It's like, it's just over the top. But there is still almost too much variety that you see out there. So you have to decide now, what is good for my dog? If I look at just the dogs in my own household, the differences in angulation in them is like, oh, chalk and cheese. Rihanna, you saying yes, very true, it is. You are agreeing. So that variety and what is happening for what you must do for your own dog, what do you do? What do you do? That it causes you to not know which direction to go with your dog. And then you must also decide what exercise is good for your dog. What for your dog. Then what exercise is good for your dog in your sport. Which part of that variety, so which direction do you go? Because the wrong exercise can really diminish the returns on your performance. So if you are training your dog to compete or to work in various aspects and you work on a certain exercise, you are actually priming your dog's muscles to not be at the top. Oh man, what's the word? Not being in their peak condition for the sport that they do. You can be breaking down your dog's muscles or encourage the wrong type of fiber growth in the muscles for the actual sport that you do. Yeah, where do you start? 100% correct, Riani. Where do you start? It is, and so people then they want to start, but they don't know where, and so they do anything, and then they look at the dog's really not performing properly, and so, oh, this is a load of rubbish. I don't know what people see in sport, in canine conditioning and fitness, but then you see people that are on the right path, and you see their dogs perform. And for me, there's nothing more fantastic to see that in a dog, and you can see it. I go, oh, I just fall in love. It is wonderful to see a dog being able to move his body with precision and purpose in the sport that he does, because he's been doing the correct conditioning. And so that body is used to this, and the body just says, bring on the exercise. Let me show you what I can do. It's awesome. So all that variety out there, what do you do? What do you do? Which direction do you take? Because the wrong one, it will shoot your performance in the foot. It's terrible. Be wary of what and where you start with your dog's exercise. If you're just going to go and run your dog and you're doing a power sport, your sport is going to suffer. Your sport is really going to suffer. It's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for your dog. And you think your dog's really fit. So these are things that you have to really consider and take into account when you are going to do any fitness training with your dog. So what are you going to look for in your road to fitness with your dog? Because your road to fitness is your road to performance, to improve performance, to powerful performances. Because I know in my sport, IGP, that's where I train, that's where I want to compete always with my dogs. That is a requirement. In the judges' notes or feedback, they will always say, could be a bit more powerful, or dog has good power in whatever exercise it's doing, even if it is just a sit on the move. That can look powerful. So your road to fitness, it is your particular road to improved and enhanced and more powerful performances. So you need to decide on your road to fitness for your dog very carefully. Where are you now and where do you want to be? So some people now, well, we're just training for our sport. So where do you want to be? No, we want to be at the best that we can be for our dog. I don't think I'm going to be at a national level, but I'd at least like to be at a really good club level. There's a path and you can do it. You can fill in those gaps. So the latent benefits of fitness training, those benefits that are, oh, by the way, they are unbelievable. The extras that you get from just correct fitness training. I'm going to always say this, the correct fitness training. It enhances your dog's performance exponentially. I mean, we have an exercise that we did with our group, and it's such a basic. If I have to take a video of it, you would think, oh my word, Angela, don't you have anything better to do with your day? Really, really. But to get your dog to do it, just because it looks simple doesn't mean that it's easy for your dog. And the benefits of that, when your dog is working, you go like, oh my word, wow, just wow. What you do and what your dog gets from it afterwards is like chalk. I can't even fit it in the camera. Chalk and cheese. It's huge. And that is your road to fitness. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? How can you get there? These are huge questions that you need to understand and ask yourself. Where do I start? What is the next step? How do I get my dog to the next step? How do I know when my dog is absolutely correct? How do I know if I've overdone it? That's all along your path. So how do you avoid that overdoing things? How do you measure your dog? How do you see that we are at our optimum level? Because that optimum level is a fine line. It's a fine line, even like with humans. If a human is optimally fit, it's a fine line. If you're ready for your competition, you're optimally fit. You don't want to be so fit that just a little bit over causes an injury. You want to be safely fit. So what do you still need to know? And some people are like, oh my God, I don't know what I need to know because I don't even know what I need to know. So what must I still know? If you can get my drift. It's a huge question. So where do you start? Well, really, Riani, what are you saying? Yes, 100%. 100%. How does my dog look if he is tired? This is so, so important because he can't tell you when they are tired. Man, oh yes, they can't tell you, especially these working dogs of ours. They just carry on, and if they will do what you ask all the time, even if they're tired, you'll get, what's my brother's dog, he's got a Shih Tzu. If the dog's tired, the dog will just go lie there and he'll go like, really? No, I'm not doing this anymore. Thank you very much. You can carry me from now on. My own dogs? No, they will carry on. And if you're, oh my word, if you are training through tired muscles, those muscles can't keep your dog together through the power that they require in the training. And that's where your injuries occur. So you need to learn how your dog looks when he's tired. And they are subtle signs. They tell you, you just need to look for them. And if you know what to look for, you're already ahead of everybody else. That's awesome. Your dog is protected. So where do you start? Well, quite easy. You start where you are. And where are you now? Well, some of you are right here by your phone or you at your PC. Start here, start where you are, start now. You can do this and you can help yourself, you can help your dog, and you can help your sport, and you can help your performances. It's an all-round winner for you. Start where you are. What is your knowledge base now? How much do you need to know? What do you need to know? I don't know how to progress. I don't know what to do with my dog. I don't know what things to put together. What must I do? Now, there's loads of questions. So what I've done is for you to see where you are in your fitness journey with your dog. If you want to progress, if you want to see what you still need to do with your dog. Let me see here. Ooh, Johnny, what are you saying? Hi, Johnny. You are saying also consider their mind with their physical active. Man, yes. Oh my goodness. Mental fatigue, mental fog. Let me ask you, how sharp are you at doing anything if you are mentally tired? This happened to me yesterday. I was working until past 12 o'clock last night on something, some research and everything. And I was cranky and horrible just before I went to bed. And I had to go and find these things out. If you are not mentally sharp and focused, if you're tired here, and you see it, you can't think. It takes an extra few seconds for some penny to drop. It takes it, and you are onhandig. You are clumsy. You knock things, you stub things. You can't do what you need to do properly and effectively, and that's where you hurt yourself. Yeah, Johnny, 100%. Know when your dog is mentally fatigued. They're not being just lazy. It is so rare for a working dog to be lazy. I'm still to come across a dog like that. There's always some issue of they're either physically tired or they're mentally exhausted because maybe they're learning something new, or maybe they're confused and they're trying and they're not getting right and the communication is not working there. Know the signs of when your dog is tired, both in the mental fog of things, the mental misunderstanding of things, and you can see it. You can really see it in your dog, and when they are physically tired. So again, start where you are. Where are you now? What don't you know? But many people don't know what they don't know. So we've designed something to possibly help you and see how you can progress yourself forward. It's my quiz. I've asked you some pertinent questions. It's not a long quiz. There's about 21 questions. 20 easy, choose an option question, and one last question of 3 things that you would like to achieve within the next 4 months with your dog. That's it. But note the questions, answer them honestly. And if there's certain things that you would really like more explanation on, there is a link in the quiz that you can contact me and we can talk about it, no problem. Remember, any first interaction with me, first consultations, just to find your way, it's completely free. So I encourage you to connect. That's why we're here. I'm not going to go and say, well, no, that's going to cost you. No, you need to know. For me to give you direction, it's my pleasure. It is absolutely my pleasure. So I'm going to see if it doesn't work here, then I'm going to do it after today. So I'm going to try and put that in the chat box and go and take the quiz. The quiz is on our, it's on the top of our web page. Our web page is thebiokineticcanine.com. And if you click on the top, you'll get access to the quiz. It looks like, let me see if I can do this. Hold the phone, guys. That's what our quiz looks like. There you go. Click on just start the quiz, answer the next few questions, and you will get some direction of what is all involved with regards to fitness and your dog. Like I said at the end, there's a link where you can contact me if you want to discuss this a little bit more with me, and so I can give you some direction. I'm happy to do so. So that is me for this afternoon. Take the quiz, get some clarity for your dog. Avoid those pitfalls of, oh, what must you do, etc., etc. Oh, Riani, you are most welcome, most welcome. I'm glad you love the idea, but take note of the questions to see what gaps you still need to fill for your dog. And you'll get a score at the end if you enjoyed or you feel some of your friends may benefit from it. There's some share buttons. Please share it. And if you want to contact me, click on the contact me button at the end, and I'm happy to help. You can, you're most welcome to book I do live appointments, so we'll do a Zoom call. It's at no cost to you, and I can help you specifically with your dog. You can tell me your sport, your dog, your concerns, and I can give you a direction to follow, because at the moment, if you're phoning me or contact me from that, you're probably sitting in this world of either variety and you don't know direction, or this world of fog and you don't know which way to go. So I'm hoping that the quiz can give you some direction and that you can identify your gaps. And I hope it helps you loads. All right, everybody. So just to say again, my name is Angela Ahern. I am the owner and founder of the Biokinetic Canine. Give us a thumbs up, like if you like our page, share our quiz, and I hope you have a very super training weekend. We are in a little bit of lockdown, so training with your dog at home. These things you can do if you do fitness training, and it helps your sport in the end. All right, everybody. Cheers and have a super weekend. I'm going to put my information up like before. Let me just get this there. Me and my technical prowess. Cheers, guys.